On October 11th, 2025, the world said goodbye to one of the most beloved and distinctive figures in Hollywood history, Diane Keaton. Her passing at the age of 79 was met with an overwhelming wave of grief, not just from the entertainment world, but from millions of fans across the globe. To many, she wasn't merely a movie star. She was a cultural original, a woman whose quick wit, radiant warmth, and delightfully offbeat personality carved out a space in cinema that belonged to no one else. As tributes poured in, they came from every corner of the industry. Actors, directors, and admirers shared how much she had inspired them. Diane Keaton's story is one of brilliance, courage, humor, and a refusal to conform. The story of a woman who remained fully and fearlessly herself throughout her life and career. Diane Hall, later known worldwide as Diane Keaton, was born on January 5, 1946, in Los Angeles, California. She grew up in a home where creativity was celebrated. Her mother, Dorothy, was a homemaker and talented amateur photographer who once held the title of Mrs. Los Angeles, while her father, John Newton Ignatius Hall, worked as a civil engineer and real estate broker. Diane, the eldest of 4 siblings, was drawn to performance from a young age. She idolized Katharine Hepburn and dreamed of Hollywood, not as a place of perfection, but as a stage where she could express herself. She attended Santa Ana High School, then Santa Ana College, before moving to New York City to train at the neighborhood Playhouse School of the Theater. There, she began building the craft that would soon make her unforgettable. Her early career took shape on stage in the late 1960s. She gained attention in the 1968 Broadway production of Hair, but stood out because of an unusual clause in her contract. She refused to perform nude, an act of defiance that showed her determination to stay true to herself. This strength of conviction would define her career. Her breakthrough came soon after when she was cast in Woody Allen's Play It Again, Sam, in 1969. It was more than just a role. It was the beginning of a personal and artistic partnership with Allen that would shape much of her early fame. In 1972, Diane Keaton transitioned from stage to film in a way most actors can only dream of, by being cast as Kate Adams in Francis Ford Coppola's masterpiece, The Godfather. As the intelligent, conflicted partner and later wife of Michael Corleone, portrayed by Al Pacino, Keaton's performance held its own against some of the most powerful male performances of the era. She became a quiet force in a film defined by intensity. She reprised a role in The Godfather Part 2, 1974, and The Godfather Part 3, 1990, solidifying her place in cinema history. The 1970s also became the decade when Keaton's name shined brightest. Through her collaborations with Woody Allen on films such as Sleeper, 1973, Love and Death, 1975, and especially Annie Hall, 1977, she displayed her comedic genius and signature charm. Annie Hall was not just a movie, it was a cultural phenomenon. Her portrayal of the free-spirited, insecure, and lovable title character earned her the Academy Award for Best Actress. Just as memorable as the performance was her iconic fashion, loose trousers, vests, and wide-brimmed hats, which became a global trend. In an industry obsessed with polish and glamour, Diane Keaton brought authenticity, awkwardness, brilliance, and bold individuality. The 1980s and 1990s revealed even more of her versatility. She received her second Oscar nomination for Reds, 1981, opposite Warren Beatty, showing her ability to carry weighty dramatic roles with intellectual depth and emotional power. She starred in Shoot the Moon, 1982, Crimes of the Heart, 1986, and the hit comedy Baby Boom, 1987, in which she played a career woman juggling ambition and motherhood, a role that resonated with countless women. By then, Keaton was no longer just a quirky romantic lead. She was a box office star with artistic credibility. In 1991, she won over new audiences as Nina Banks in Father of the Bride alongside Steve Martin. Her warmth and humor made the film an instant classic, leading to its 1995 sequel. A year later, she starred in The First Wives Club with Goldie Hawn and Bette Midler, a witty, empowering story about women reclaiming their lives. The film became a massive hit and cultural touchstone. She earned yet another Academy Award nomination for her heartbreaking role in Marvin's Room, 1996, proving that she could shift effortlessly between comedy and drama. Keaton entered the 2000s still at the top of her game. In 2003, she starred opposite Jack Nicholson in Something's Gotta Give, a romantic comedy that celebrated love later in life. The film was a box office smash, and she received her fourth Oscar nomination. At an age when many actresses struggled to find meaningful roles in Hollywood, Keaton continued to shine as a romantic lead, a testament to her enduring charm and talent. Her creativity extended far beyond acting. She worked as a director and producer, taking on projects like Heaven, 1987, and Unstrung Heroes, 1995. She explored photography and interior design, authored several best-selling memoirs, and became a champion of historic preservation, restoring old homes with the same care she gave her performances. Her love of hats, glasses, and structured menswear became her signature look, cementing her status as an accidental fashion icon. Diane Keaton never married, a choice she spoke about openly and without regret. In her 50s, she embraced motherhood by adopting two children, Dexter and Duke, who became the center of her world. She shared her experiences with honesty, humor, and grace, reflecting the same authenticity that shaped her career. Her later years were marked by continued creativity. She starred in Morning Glory, 2010, and So It Goes, 2014, in Book Club, 2018, delighting fans with her enduring comedic brilliance. In 2022, she appeared in Mac and Rita, and in 2024, she charmed audiences again in Arthur's Whiskey and Summer Camp. Even in her late 70s, she remained vibrant, unpredictable, and deeply loved. One of the most personal highlights of her final year was the release of her holiday single First Christmas, a project that showed her heart as much as her talent. It was classic Keaton, surprising, joyful, and deeply human. On October 11th, 2025, the news of her passing broke. The cause was not immediately revealed, but it was known her health had declined quickly. Tributes from across the world poured in. Al Pacino called her the heartbeat of so many unforgettable films. Woody Allen remembered their partnership as a once-in-a-lifetime connection. Directors, co-stars, and fans celebrated her unforgettable contributions to film and culture. Her legacy reaches far beyond awards. She was an Academy Award winner, a four-time Oscar nominee, a Golden Globe and BAFTA honoree, a fashion icon, and a cultural trailblazer. But what made Diane Keaton truly unforgettable was her spirit. She made millions feel seen by being exactly who she was. In an industry that often rewards conformity, she built an empire out of being different.